Have you watched Lucifer? Do you like the sarcastic god that makes everyone laugh? Well, if you've answered yes to either question, then you're going to be happy to know that Lucifer has been confirmed for the 7th season. Yes, that's right. Season 7, here we come. And we have all the information you need to know about the upcoming show. Grab a seat and relax because we're about to tell you everything. So, when is it coming out? We don't have an actual release date yet because that will be too useful to know. Also, Season 6 did finish by the end of 2021, so it has only been a few months since it finished. We're still waiting for Season 6 to premiere on Netflix. Come on, Netflix, let's get a move on, please, so we can all start getting excited about the 7th season. However, it might take a year for Netflix to release the 6th season, so you might need to watch it by other means. Also, we have some sources saying that Season 7 will pop up in May, but since we're nearing the end of April and we still don't have any news, it's highly unlikely. Fear not though, we will let you know when it's coming when we find out. When do you think it'll come out? Do you think it'll be in the summertime or the end of the year? Who will be in Season 7? Lucifer was produced by Tom Capinos and he based his characters on DC Comics' Vertigo. Many people are familiar with the faces of Tom Ellis, Lorne German, Kevin Alejandro, D.B. Woodside, and Scarlett Estevez because they have been in the show for a while. Then we have the film cast, which included Rachel Harris, Kevin Rankin, Trisha Helfer, Amy Garcia, and Inbar Lavi. Obviously, we know exactly who would be returning, but there is always the possibility of new cast members joining and new characters being announced. I'm sure we will find out everything about the cast when they actually come forward and tell us more about the 7th season, since everything we know is speculation at the moment. Who do you think will be in the new season? Obviously, we know that the main cast will be back, but do you think there will be anyone who is new? Will there be a new storyline? We're pretty sure that the show will stay true to what Lucifer is all about, and that is talking about a fallen angel from heaven who is now the Lord of Hell. He goes around punishing humanity for their mistakes, but he wasn't happy with that. Actually, Lucifer was pretty bored for many years, and he decided to leave so he could move to LA, you know, the place where all lords apparently go to live. Anyways, he ends up being a suspect in a murder investigation and all types of chaos happen, which makes the show absolutely great to watch. Will they steer away from this plot? Definitely not. It's been working just fine and everyone loves it. If you could change the storyline of Lucifer, what would happen and why? Maybe drop some ideas down below for the writers and producers to ponder over. Wasn't Lucifer canceled? Listen, for some weird reason, Lucifer is constantly being canceled but being brought back. Why is the show being canceled all the time? Who knows? It has great ratings and it is one of the most popular shows on big streaming sites like Netflix, so who knows what's happening behind the scenes. However, whenever it has been canceled, it comes back because fans will not have it disappear like that. On May 11th, 2018, it was canceled and the internet was set ablaze with a number of angry fans that stormed Twitter to get the show back on the air. There were two big hashtags that people were using, hashtag Save Lucifer and hashtag Pick Up Lucifer. Then there was a petition that started to run around the internet, getting signatures from all sorts of fans around the world. Then the 4th season was confirmed and was picked up once again. With this in mind, I'm sure producers and companies would find it very hard to say no to fans when it comes to this show because they might just storm the building instead this time. However, if they were to come out and cancel the 7th season, then fans will need to do more than just hashtags this time because the company would have already gotten used to this. What would you do if the show was canceled again? Would you be storming Twitter and signing petitions? Also, keep watching because we have more news about Season 7. Are there any spin-offs? Right now, there are no spin-offs in production or even being mentioned anywhere. There is no surprise that there are no spin-offs because of how Season 6 ended. We saw the stories of Mazikin, Leslie Ann Brandt, Ella Lopez, Amy Garcia, Dr. Linda Martin, Rachel Harris, and Amanda Deal, D.B. Woodside, all end, so there would be no need for a spin-off. However, it would be quite interesting to get a spin-off eventually. If you made a spin-off of Lucifer, what would happen? What would it be about? Now we're going to jump into some questions that weren't answered in the 6th season and why they need to be placed in the 7th season. Where was Trixie? And why wasn't she at Chloe's deathbed? The fact that Trixie wasn't around for a big chunk of the final seasons was weird and a major plot hole for the show in general. Also, then you saw that Chloe's human daughter was pushed aside so her half-sister could have the spotlight. It just all seemed a bit weird. However, that's not what we're here to talk about. We want to talk about why Trixie wasn't there when Chloe died. died. It jumps forward 20 years into the future, and viewers see that Chloe dies of a mysterious illness, and it's her final moments that make Rory go back in time to grab Lucifer. None of them knew why he had disappeared, but we later find out that he did it to protect her. Rory comes back to her mother, and the two end up sharing a really nice moment before Chloe dies, where she ends up joining Lucifer and getting her happy ending. However, where was Trixie throughout the whole thing? We all know that Chloe's children meant everything to her, so the fact that Trixie wasn't there seems a bit strange to us. Did you catch this? Why do you think Trixie wasn't there? Why is Michael in hell? Now, if we go all the way back to season 5, we can remember that Michael, who is Lucifer's twin brother, tried and failed to become God, which is a good thing in my opinion. Anyways, Lucifer ended up taking the seat instead, making Michael kneel in front of him so he could accept his fate and be killed. Except Lucifer spares him. Lucifer decided not to kill his brother, but he ended up cutting off his wings instead, so he would remain earthbound instead. That seems like a terrible punishment, to be honest. Lucifer then drives the point home by saying that he believes that everyone deserves a second chance, even his brother. How touching. However, then we see in the first episode of season 6 that Michael is stumbling around the floors in hell. How did he end up there? As far as we all knew, Michael was sentenced to stay on Earth, but there he was, walking around hell. I think we deserve a real explanation as to why this happened. Why do you think Michael ended up staying in hell and not on Earth? Tell me your theories. Why can't Lucifer come back to Earth? At the end of season 6, we saw that Lucifer found his calling, which was to reform hell, so he could help the souls that were down there by getting them to release themselves from their guilt and go to heaven. That sounds like a nice calling. However, by doing this, Lucifer can't come back to Earth at all, which is a big deal, to be honest. It means he can't see his daughter, Rory, grow up while also missing the final few years of Chloe's life. With this agreement in place, he had to make sure that he never saw Rory again, which is really difficult for anyone. However, Amanadiel became God and ended up changing the order of heaven, so he could come up to Earth part-time at one point so he could raise Charlie. Why didn't he do that? I mean, he shouldn't have to stay down in hell for the rest of eternity when he has a daughter up on Earth. Why do you think he had to stay in hell? How is Charlie being raised? Charlie is obviously a special case because he is half angel and half human. However, Dr. Linda is not happy about Charlie having wings, probably because she doesn't know how his tantrums are going to be when he gets older. Also, how is she supposed to know how to raise him on Earth? I think if Lucifer came up and was a dad to him, then he would be able to help the situation, but he would need to crawl out of hell and join his son. Anyways, that's the end of this video. What do you think is going to happen in the 7th season? Do you think it'll still be canceled? What questions do you want to be answered? Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.